The refurbishment of OPG's Darlington Nuclear Generating Station is Canada's largest clean energy project. And Darlington is one of Ontario's 3 nuclear plants that supplies 60% of the baseload capacity in Ontario electricity.
Darlington Nuclear Facility follows on the heels of our government's commitment to, through the long-term energy plan, refurbish the Bruce Nuclear Station, which is the largest nuclear generating station in the world. So Darlington, it made perfect sense for us from the perspective of ensuring that Ontarians continue to enjoy a supply of emissions-free power. So the hydroelectricity that's generated from the nuclear stations is the cleanest and greenest and most available source of power that we can have.
The 10-year, $12.8 billion refurbishment is processing on time and on budget and supports over 14,000 jobs across Ontario, including 13 companies right here in Burlington. Among those is Lavier Engineering. Lavier supports Ontario's nuclear industry by helping OPG with maintenance work at the nuclear stations. And it helps design input and support for specialized tools that are being used at Darlington's refurbishment project.
We do a lot of different things, and behind me there's a pressure tube, which is part of the reactor. This is a model of a pressure tube that is used for testing and designing equipment around. So they use it as a model. Basically, we call them mock-ups in our industry. So we mock up the work location and prove that the tooling works on those locations. So a tube like that, we go in and we make sure it meets all the requirements, the demands that's set out by the purchaser, and we design and then fabricate the tube to meet the requirements we have.
Lavier recently worked on the specialized tooling needed to carefully retrieve annulus spacers that played a critical role in maintaining a gap between the pressure tubes and calandria tube inside the unit's fuel channel. And it helped prevent contact between the two components. The OPG Darlington refurbishment team was able to safely remove 24 spacers from 6 fuel channels inside Darlington's Unit 2 reactor, which was also ahead of schedule.
These tubes are not accessible when the unit is fully operational. So what they do is they shut down the unit, and when they shut the unit down, they actually disassemble the pressure tube, and then we design some equipment to remove these annulus spacers so that they can be sent away for analysis. The thing is, these annulus spacers are fairly radioactive. You can't get near them, so it all has to be done through long-reach tooling and then sent away in casts so that people are protected from what's inside them.
The team at Lavier worked in conjunction with other companies in the area, but manufactured it right here in their Burlington shop.
We did it here. We worked with another company in Oakville together on the project. The project itself takes a lot of time to prove that it's going to work the way it's supposed to. It has to be fail-safe. When we finally do the work on the reactor, it has to be fail-safe. There can't be any possible chance of errors, or if there's going to be an error, we know what possible errors can happen and we have a solution for those errors. So that's a big part of the testing we do. We did all that testing here in-house as well as the design. We outsource the fabrication, and that fabrication is done by local shops and around Ontario, different places around Ontario.
Darlington Nuclear Generating Station's refurbishment project is halfway through and is expected to be completed within the next 5 years. For Halton News, I'm Kristen Demeny.